Good evening. I wanted to thank our school board members, SEM and Town View administrators, faculty, staff, family, and friends for coming to show your support for the class of 2010. Behind each of these smiling graduates are experiences that have stretched us and grown us into the young men and women you see tonight, and the people we're just becoming. I want to thank our teachers, friends, parents, grandparents, and siblings for being an integral part of those defining times, both exhilarating and disappointing. Tonight, we celebrate the culmination of a milestone event in our lives. In typical SEM fashion, a few days ago, I began writing my speech. I accessed the age-old sources of wisdom that I've grown to rely on during high school: Wikipedia, YouTube, and Facebook. One friend suggested I should write a speech that was emotionally satisfying, like a chicken soup for the soul or something. Another proposed a greeting in the style of comedian Wendy Williams, while still another wanted me to remind you that you all have lost the game. However, that is not my goal this evening, and I want to speak primarily to my fellow graduates. Before Raoul and I go to the frozen hinterlands of Massachusetts and move into our dorms, I have a few messages in parting. My prayer for this time is that we can commemorate our victories and prepare for future challenges in college and our careers. A lot of our education has brought out the best in us, inspiring us and expanding our worldview. I'll never forget the times I spent in physics lamenting the presence of fiction, looking for the big but in English poetry, or debating the consequences of enlightenment in European history. And while we have these unforgettably great snapshots, I know we also have had trying and frustrating instances. We've sacrificed significant time and effort in homework, projects, and other responsibilities. Not every class was our cup of tea, and at these moments, we felt like our brains might melt, and reached the same conclusion as Albert Einstein, who wisely said, "I don't believe in mathematics." That's right, Miss Hines. Part of me is grateful that we look so goofy up here with our tassels and gowns for danger of becoming too self-important. It reminds me that my value doesn't come from the way others view me and the accolades they grant me. The only source of worth I've been able to rely on is the unconditional love that God has for each of us. One of my greatest comforts lies in knowing that He is in control. We need help, no matter how much we fool ourselves into thinking we have this life thing figured out. At graduation, where we celebrate academic achievement, we may feel that having read all the books makes us unstoppable, but I've found that without Him, I have no answers at all. My hope for my classmates and my fellow men is the understanding of the kind of love He's demonstrated to me. A love so intense that He would become man and die so that we could get to know Him. At the same time, we've all been given gifts and talents, and my desires is to use them the best I can for Him. This will force us to step out in life not always sure of the next choice. In the words of the 19th century Spanish poet Antonio Machado, "Caminante, son tus huellas el camino, y nada más. Caminante, no hay camino, se hace camino al andar. Caminante, no hay camino, sino estelas en la mar." Traveler, your footsteps make the path, and nothing more. There is no way except what you have forged. Traveler, there is no path except ripples and the sea behind you. What happens beyond this moment is anyone's guess. Our footsteps are starting to catch up with those of what we call the real world, and that is what our graduation celebrates tonight. Our families have been vital to laying solid foundations for us, and our schools have enabled us to expand upon that base. Your diving platform is almost complete, ready for you to cannonball into the unfamiliar and create your very own ripples in the sea. I'd like to conclude with wisdom from what I think is the class of 2010's unofficial anthem, Journeys Don't Stop Believing. Down the road, whether you find yourself a small-town girl living in a lonely world, or just a city boy born and raised in South Dallas, don't stop believing that God has a fantastic plan for your life. Never forget the lessons you've learned at home and at SEM. And never forget to thank those people that have helped make your foundation secure. If you're uncertain or nervous about this next experience in life, join the club. Thankfully, you have 85 others that are here for you, making the same unsure leap. Congratulations, Science and Engineering, class of 2010. Let's take this stride together.